Have there been some recent bear sightings in Pittsboro or
There has. There's it's pretty much going viral on Facebook right now. There is a video of a bear crossing Highway 64 between Lowe's Shopping Center and the Hall River near that new Chatham Park exit. That's a good sized bear too. I mean, it'll come up so quickly if you do a search. Bear in Pittsboro, or bear crossing Highway 64. It looks like it's a juvenile cub, about 200 to 225 pounds, and he's got some speed to him, and he crosses the land between the highway pretty quick and goes off into the woods. But so allegedly, yeah, there's a bear in Pittsboro right now. Several people have seen it. We have a landlord that says their tenant has seen a bear in their backyard. Some other people have seen it in the area. I've coached with a guy that's a hunter, and he actually has pictures of a bear between 15501 and 902, just south of here. Those pictures were taken in about 2013. Last year there was a sighting of a bear at Bobcat Point. A couple years ago, I was walking a tract of land on Mount Gilead, and I parked on the side of the road into the grass, and I get out of the woods, and there's five deputy cars there, and I'm like, man, really? I'm in this much trouble for just parking on the side of the road? And I said, what's going on? And they're like, you might want to get in your car. There's been a bear spotted in the area, which, you know, I grew up in upstate New York, and have been as close to 50 feet from a bear, and they don't want to be around you. And
so the black bears are nothing like grizzly bears. They're not, you know.
Well, so there have been there's very, very few fatalities with black bears, and it's usually something that's injured or sick or whatever. But yeah, if a bear sees you, a bear's probably going to run. You know, of course, it's the classic story. You don't want to get between a mama and her cubs. But it's really interesting what's happening with black bears in this area. We have a bunch of black bear near the coast and the coastal plains, and in the southeastern corner of Chatham County, we have the Cape Fear River. And that Cape Fear River is a highway for black bears that are near the coast. And so they're all following that Cape Fear River, and then they come up through the Deep River, they come up through the Jordan Lake area. And you have to think, Jordan Lake is all surrounded by Army Corps land, so there are no houses there. There is with picnickers and campers and boaters or whatever, there's an awful lot of food there. So there's a lot of acreage, a lot of food. And these are juveniles that are driven out by the big, mean male bears, and they don't have any place to go. So they follow that Cape Fear River, and they end up here in Chatham County. I know another real estate agent, she just sold a house on Pete Roberson Road, and she said her clients recently saw a bear there. And I just recently sold a piece of land on Seaforth Road, and instead of bear scratchings, there were pine trees that were 4 or 5 feet at the 4 or 5 feet mark that they were chewed off. So it was definitely way too high for a beaver, way too deep. They were certainly gnawing marks, and so it wasn't a deer rub, and so that might have been a juvenile bear chewing and marking his little territory there. So yep, I don't think they're going to be common. I mean, one of the most interesting things, one of the guys that I started the company with, Tim Canup, he said that in the early 70s someone spotted a deer and it made the front page of the paper, and that's kind of how I think we are with the bear right now. Maybe they will become more common and we'll get used to them and have to lock up our garbage at night right now, but it's a pretty rare thing for a bear to come into your yard now.